You've probably run into it before. That pull in the gut, the tightness in the chest, that little voice in your mind saying, don't trust this, or on the other hand, go for it. And the question that haunts so many of us, and one that I've not infrequently run into, is this my intuition, or is this my trauma talking? Carl Jung once said, intuition is perception via the unconscious. But trauma too shapes our unconscious. The trick is learning which voice is pointing us forward and which one is pulling us back into the past. Because both intuition and trauma can whisper or shout through the very same channels: the body, the mind, the heart. And if we don't know the difference, we can end up mistaking fear for wisdom, or ignoring a deep knowing that could have protected us. Today, I want to explore how each tends to show up in the gut, in the chest, in the mind, and throughout the whole body, so that we can recognize which voice is speaking and respond with both clarity and compassion. The gut. The gut is one of our most primal sensing systems. It's wired to detect danger before our rational mind can even form a thought. Science now confirms what many have long intuited. 70% of the body's immune system and 500 million neurons sit in the gut. It is literally a second brain. Intuition in the gut often feels like a steady knowing. It's not frantic, it's not swirling. It's more like a quiet bell ringing deep in the abdomen. This is the way, or something is off here. The sensation might be gentle but persistent, an anchor, not a storm. As psychologist Rick Hanson puts it, the body knows what the mind has not yet named. It's a quiet compass, not an alarm. Trauma in the gut, by contrast, tends to feel turbulent, clenched, sometimes nauseating. It's often paired with urgency, as if you must act or escape right now. It's the survival system firing based on old danger patterns. The gut is trying to protect you, but it's drawing on a map made in the past, not the present. Interestingly, a recent study in Frontiers in Psychology, researchers found that trauma survivors often show heightened gut-brain reactivity, leading to digestive distress and anxiety, even without external threat. The difference between intuition and trauma is in the texture. Intuition is spacious, even when it says no. Trauma is tight, compressed, often buzzing with stress and cortisol. The chest. The chest is the seat of so much emotional signaling. Intuition in the chest often shows up as openness. Even if it's guiding you away from something, there's a strange calm that comes with it. Your breathing stays even. Your heart might quicken, but it's in the way it does when you're excited or moved. The Buddhist teacher Pema Chodron describes it this way: when we practice opening the heart, even fear becomes a doorway to deeper trust. There's breath, there's space, even when the guidance is to step away. Trauma in the chest is different. It's constriction, pressure, sometimes even a weight. The breath becomes shallow. The heart pounds like a warning drum. There's a feeling of collapse or of armor snapping into place. So perhaps one way to discern is to ask yourself, does my chest feel like it's telling the truth and opening, or like it's trying to hide me? The mind. The mind can be tricky because it can rationalize anything. Intuition in the mind tends to be quiet, almost boringly quiet at times. It doesn't over-explain. It gives you one or two clear sentences. This is right. This is wrong. Go here. Not this time. And then it lets go. Trauma in the mind tends to spiral. It piles on justifications, scenarios, imagined disasters, It can't stop running the tape because it's trying to control every possible threat. Intuition offers a direction. Trauma demands a defense strategy. Here's a test. After the thought, do you feel more clear or more tangled? Intuition brings clarity. Trauma brings complexity. The whole body. When we zoom out to the whole body, the signals can get even clearer. Intuition in the body feels integrated. Even if there's a sense of warning, your muscles aren't bracing in every direction. You might feel more connected to your environment, more aware of your surroundings. Trauma in the body often creates fragmentation. You often feel outside of yourself or trapped in a rigid shell. Your jaw tightens, your shoulders rise, and your breath locks up. The body is ready to fight, flee, or freeze, even if the current moment doesn't warrant it. Bessel van der Kolk, in his book The Body Keeps the Score, wrote, "The body remembers what the mind tries to forget." In other words, intuition keeps you present. Trauma pulls you into the past. Telling the difference. So, how do you tell in real time which one is speaking? Here's a simple practice. Pause. Simply stop moving for just a moment. Breathe into the sensation. If it's in the gut, the chest, the mind, just feel it without adding a story. And ask, does this feel open or closed? Openness, even with a no, is usually intuition. Closure, urgency, and defensiveness are usually trauma. Time tested. Wait 24 hours. True intuition usually says the same thing tomorrow. Trauma-based reactions often shift or fade when the nervous system settles. And here's the compassion piece. If it is trauma, it's not your enemy. It's a part of you that learned, often the hard way, to keep you safe. You can thank it and still choose differently. Learning to tell intuition from trauma is not about silencing one and only trusting the other. It's about a relationship, about listening deeply enough to know which voice is speaking, and then responding with wisdom. Intuition is your compass. Trauma is your guard dog. Both want you safe, but only one sees the path ahead clearly. As the poet Rumi once said, there's a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. So the next time your gut tightens or your chest pounds or your mind races, pause. Listen. Ask, is this my deep knowing or my old wound? And remember, you're allowed to move forward with both courage and care. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply to wait until the quiet truth rises to the surface. Until then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.